All right, chat. I'm really interested to see what Star Wars is going to come out in 2026. In 2026, the year of our Lord. Even though every year is the year of our Lord.
2026 is actually shaping up to be quite a big year for Star Wars, and arguably the year that Disney reboots the franchise. Today we're going to take a look at every Star Wars project releasing in 2026, and I'm also going to talk about which ones I'm most looking forward to.
Can Disney just leave our universe alone and just make their own universe? Just make a separate one, bro. Just please, leave it alone. Go somewhere else.
It seems like there's quite a bit more happening this year than they were in 2025 in terms of movie releases, games, TV shows, and a few other things. So let me know what you're looking forward to the most this year. Hey everyone, it's Andrew.
Hey Andrew, it's everyone.
The most significant Star Wars release of 2026 is going to be The Mandalorian and Grogu, with Star Wars returning to the big screen.
I still haven't seen the trailer. And after season 3, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'll watch it on streaming. I am not going to the movie theater to watch this bullshit. I have no faith that they are going to make it good. So much so, I haven't even watched the trailer yet. Insane, bro.
For the first time since The Rise of Skywalker released in 2019. But I think most people are kind of skeptical about this movie. With the overall disappointment of The Mandalorian Season 3, with the writers and show creators essentially resetting the Mandalorian character, reuniting him with Grogu in the Book of Boba Fett,
So
and diminishing
bullshit.
really any hype there was around this part of the franchise, from what I've seen, fans aren't really all that excited about The Mandalorian and Grogu. A new synopsis or plot description was just revealed about the movie as well. It reads, Armored Warrior Din Djarin and his little buddy, aka Baby Yoda, hyperspace jump from Disney Plus to the big screen. The Star Wars pair are enlisted to help the New Republic with pesky Imperial warlords, plus form an alliance with an ex-rebel pilot and get involved with Jabba the Hutt's son. We also got the reveal of this new screenshot from the movie, and I think most people would agree.
That sounds like a bunch of random shit put together. Like, it sounds like this was supposed to be multiple episodes. And they made it into the movie.
All of this just feels a bit underwhelming, especially when you compare it to something like the hype surrounding Avengers Doomsday. You could argue that Marvel is in a similar place to Star Wars, where people have been kind of over it for a little while now, and even though it has certain moments of excitement and hype, overall...
Nah. It's not kinda. Star Wars Theory, the YouTuber, is starting to struggle because nobody cares about Star Wars anymore. Like, his views are down a fuck ton because of it.
There's some viewer fatigue, but that doesn't seem the case when it comes to Avengers Doomsday, which is set to release at the end of 2026. People are hyped and excited about this movie, especially with
Crazy, bro, that it still has another fucking year, basically, until this movie comes out.
the teasers they've been putting on social media, essentially teasing each character that's involved. And when you compare these teasers with the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer we got a little while ago, there's just no real buzz. But I hope it's successful. I hope that they ramp up the marketing towards the release of this film, and we do actually get something exciting and memorable. Overall, I'm excited that Star Wars is returning to the big screen. I think Star Wars, for the most part, belongs on the big screen, and it seems like they're really trying to go for the spectacle.
What is that? Why does it look like that? Wait.
Wars, for the most part, belongs on the big screen, and it seems like they're...
This looks like it's from a PlayStation 3 game.
They're really trying to go for the spectacle once again. So let's hope they actually deliver.
Good shot, baby.
What the hell? Why does that look like it's from a PlayStation 3?
Ahsoka Season 2 is, I believe, the only live-action Star Wars series set to release in 2026. We know that production on the series wrapped around September of last year, and that the show is currently in post-production, but so far, at the time of recording this video, there is no confirmed release date or release window. That said, I think most people are expecting it to be this year, and a new section of Disney Plus has placed the show in the coming soon in 2026 category. Even though there were certain parts of Season 1 that I found frustrating, such as characters getting stabbed by lightsabers and surviving, like nothing happened.
So fucking stupid. Whoever. Actually, Dave Filoni made that show, right? Hey Siri. Who directed Ahsoka? The fuck is Santosh Savan? That is not. Who directed Ahsoka? Yes. Yes. Dave Filoni, obviously. So why the fuck did he allow Sabine to be stabbed through the stomach like Qui-Gon Jinn and survive it?
Happened. R.I.P. Qui-Gon.
Exactly.
By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
There is still a lot to look forward to with Season 2. I think initially as well it's going to be strange seeing the recast of Baylan Skoll, but his role is being replaced by his longtime friend, Rory McCann. And I think the big excitement around this series is the build-up to what seems like another galactic war. The war
Bro, that's all they know how to do is galactic conflicts and war, and I get it's called Star Wars, but are we ever gonna stop with this bullshit? Can we just make a story?
and army that Thrawn is building, and how all of this is going to tie into the greater Star Wars narrative. How much of the now Star Wars Legends material are they bringing into the canon and bringing to the screen? All of this, we're assuming, is eventually going to be tied together in Dave Filoni's big film, which will include characters from Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and all 8 episodes of the series have been written by Dave Filoni. So this is very much his project, his extension of Star Wars Rebels, and with the recent rumors that he's about to replace Kathleen Kennedy as the president of Lucasfilm, it seems like we're going to be getting more of the Ahsoka-verse in the next phase of Star Wars projects. Star Wars Galactic Racer is just one of the Star Wars games that's set to release in 2026. This game is set to be a spiritual successor to the 1999 Star Wars Racer pod racing game, and is being described as a runs-based, high-stakes reinvention of racing born in the lawless Outer Rim. Although we have no indication just yet that pod races are going to be drivable in Star Wars Galactic Racer, we do know that Sebulba is in the game, so it'd be strange if there are no pod races. This game is being developed by former Criterion developers who worked on Need for Speed games, who worked on the Burnout series. There's a lot of racing experience and knowledge on the team, so I think you can expect a seriously fast-paced, arcadey style of racer where you can customize your vehicle and race across multiple planets in the Outer Rim. I'm seriously excited for this one. I love Star Wars Racer, and if this is
I was gonna say it's dumb, but like, I mean, it's a successor to old games, and they got the people who worked on Need for Speed, so fuck yeah.
Like a sequel to that, then I think there's a lot we have to look forward to here. Now, another Star Wars game that's set to release in 2026 is Star Wars Zero Company. Developed by BitReactor by a bunch of former XCOM developers in collaboration with... Developed by BitReactor...
It says it's coming in 2026. So am I.
By a bunch of former XCOM developers in collaboration with Respawn Entertainment, who of course are probably most well known for bringing us the Jedi games. This is a turns-based single-player RTS set during the era of the Clone Wars, where you command an elite squad that's
Is that what the gameplay is gonna look like, bruh? No fucking way. No. No. Just make it a mobile game then.
Set during the era...
We don't need games like that. Just make another Force Unleashed video game. What the fuck?
Of the Clone Wars, where you command an elite squad that's fully customizable and play through a story, making decisions along the way that affect the potential narrative and also potentially affect the events of the galaxy. From what we know about this game, characters can die. There are consequences to pretty much
You know what? Never mind. It's good that they're trying, like, old game styles. And they're bringing back, like, the good games from the past, bro. That's a good thing.
And no two runs through the game will be the same. I guess unless you make
I'm not
all the
gonna
same
play
decisions.
this, but
I'm sure we're gonna see more about Zero Company revealed soon, including some more gameplay. And the Star Wars franchise was definitely due for a new strategy game, so hopefully this fills that void.
I guess, bro.
Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord was revealed at Star Wars Celebration last year and is a new animated series set to release in 2026, featuring, of course, Darth Maul.
Brilliant.
Set during the
Nah, this better be good. This better be fucking good. If it's not, I'm crashing the fuck out on Disney, and I'm not watching anything Star Wars ever again.
Imperial era, the series will follow Maul, formerly Darth, as he rebuilds his criminal empire following the Clone Wars. Now, apparently during the show, Maul will take on a new Twi'lek apprentice, which a lot of people are speculating is potentially Darth Talon. That's not confirmed yet, but George Lucas's favorite Twi'lek is potentially returning to Star Wars in the canon. Apparently, the Inquisitor first brother, Marek, is going to appear in the show. Darth Maul will confront him, or be confronted by Marek. And there's also going to be other characters returning from the Clone Wars, such as the Mandalorian Rook cast. Sam Witwer is, of course, reprising his role as
Thank
Maul.
God.
Nothing but this moment.
It looks like this will be part of the next phase of Star Wars animation.
I kind of miss the goat legs, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Him having normal ass robot legs that look like human legs, whenever he wears pants, his legs just look like legs, and then you forget that half of his body, including his dick, is robotic now.
We haven't had anything or any other announcements since the conclusion of The Bad Batch. The Ninth Jedi was easily one of the most memorable episodes of Star Wars Visions Volume 1, and last year it was announced that The Ninth Jedi will be developed into a limited series for Disney Plus, being produced by Japanese animation studio Production IG.
Nah, can they please make a series of the first episode from the first season? The, like, mostly black and white one, where only the lightsabers are colored and everything's, like, really fucking cool and drawn amazingly. Can they make a series of that? That'd be cool. We should do that. Disney. Lots of money.
This is the first limited series to be developed outside of Star Wars Visions, and will continue the story of Kara in the post-Rise of Skywalker era. Interestingly also, I believe this is currently the only Star Wars series or movie or really anything that's set after the Rise of Skywalker. There is some stuff coming further down the line, such as the Rey movie, but as far as seeing what the
Is there though? Is there really?
looks like in that post-Rise of Skywalker era, this is as close as we get to seeing what happens after the Battle of Exegol in the galaxy. Not that the events of this are necessarily related to that in any way. Now, I was initially excited about this series, but having seen the second episode of The Ninth Jedi, which premiered in Star Wars Visions Volume 3, I'm not that hyped anymore. I thought that episode was kind of underwhelming, and the mystique and mystery surrounding the original Ninth Jedi episode was kind of a bit lost, but I hope they deliver on this. I'm going to be checking it out when it releases. No release date announced yet, but it is supposed to be coming this year. So a little while back, it was announced that all of the Star Wars content we've ever received in Fortnite will eventually be coming to Fortnite Creative, meaning that pretty much anyone can create Star Wars content within Fortnite. A few years ago as well, Disney purchased a $1.5 billion stake in Epic Games with the intention of Disney creating experiences in Fortnite based on their franchises, such as Star Wars, such as Marvel, such as Pixar. And this is completely speculative, but I have a feeling that for May the 4th in 2026, there's potentially going to be another Star Wars event set around Fortnite Creative, where anyone will now be able to go and make their own Star Wars experiences, game modes, maps, and pretty much whatever you want.
Bro, instead of doing this bullshit, go back to Disney Infinity or something, please. I don't give a fuck about Fortnite.
using all the Star Wars assets in Fortnite. And I think this will be a pretty big deal when this happens, considering players will be able to go and make stuff like their own version of Battlefront 3. They'll be able to make their own Jedi vs. Sith games, a Youngling Hunt, you name it. The experience and opportunity to create a Star Wars themed game mode within Fortnite, within Epic Games' Unreal Engine, is going to be pretty amazing. I mean, no matter what you think of Fortnite, the Star Wars event they did in 2025 was pretty epic and pretty large scale, from the pilotable ships to the changes in the maps, the orbital bombardment, the Death Star event. You could argue this is one of the most immersive Star Wars experiences created in the gaming space in the last few years, and is part of what spawned...
Bro, what is Fortnite even about anymore? I swear they probably have fucking Scooby-Doo holding an AK in this game.
The Battlefront 2 Resurgence. And it's also important to note that The Mandalorian Grogu releases in May, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's going to be some tie-in Fortnite or Star Wars content around this time. So I think 2026 is going to be a big year.
Do y'all remember when Fortnite was about surviving zombies at night? And that was all it was? What the hell happened? Why we got all these people out here? Why we got Tiana, Kadisha, Lenny, Carvel, him, her, him? Like what what are we doing?
May the 4th. Now, this isn't releasing in 2026, but I think it's important to talk about Star Wars Starfighter, set to release in May 2027. We just had new details revealed about the new up-and-coming Star Wars film, which is part of Disney's overall reboot of Star Wars, with Star Wars returning to the big screen. It was just revealed in the New York Times that Tom Cruise visited the set of Star Wars Starfighter and apparently had a hand in directing and shooting a lightsaber scene, which is the first confirmation we have that lightsabers are going to be in Star Wars Starfighter. There's going to be lightsaber duels. So is it Ryan Gosling's character that has a lightsaber? Is he a Jedi? Is it the young kid? Is it someone we don't know? But with this news, I'm overall just really excited that lightsaber duels are coming back to the big screen, because it's really unlikely we're going to get to see lightsabers in The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Impressive.
So that's what the next year or so of Star Wars looks like.
Why are we having lightsabers in Star Wars Starfighter? Like, again, what is this movie supposed to be about?
At the moment, I'm sure there are going to be a bunch of surprises along the way. I'm assuming this year as well, we're going to hear more about other upcoming Star Wars projects, maybe get some trailers, maybe for Respawn's Jedi 3, maybe for Star Wars Eclipse, maybe for the Knights of the Old Republic remake, and I'm sure we're going to get a Star Wars Starfighter trailer at some point. And I really do feel that we are on the verge of the next phase of Disney's plans for Star Wars. But I'd love to know what you're most looking forward to in 2026 for Star Wars. Do you think people are going to get more excited about Star Wars this year as well? Let me know in the comments. Watch this video for more. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Discord.
No, people aren't gonna get more excited about it. I'm sorry, bro. It's just not gonna happen. This franchise is beyond help. Unless we get people who actually care and don't just want to make money, I don't think anything's changing. Anyways, subscribe. Like the video, please. I'll see y'all later.